All right. Good afternoon, Leslie. Thank you for accepting my invitation for an interview.
Good afternoon.
It's a follow-up of an interview I had a couple of weeks ago with your CEO, Anthony. It was very nice to have his vision on leadership, but it's of course also interesting and maybe more interesting to also have your perception. You are working with Anthony. He's your boss, so to say, your leader. So I'm very curious to have your perception on that. So Anthony started last year in the middle of the summer. He came in as a new CEO. He was not an expert in the field. How did you perceive his arrival?
Well, the good thing here is to notify how he arrived. So he didn't arrive directly in June or July. He did arrive beforehand, but in a more silent way, pretty much in the shadow. And he took there pretty much a position of observing. He was observing the team, the situation of the company, and the company most globally. So when he did arrive a few months before his arrival as a position of CEO, we were indeed aware of his arrival, but he took the time to speak on one-to-one level with every one of us, just to get to know us, and most importantly, to be sure that we all understand why he was in the company and what was the aim of his arrival in the company. So this was a very good thing. So for some months, it was a work of observation and few interaction on every different level of the company. So with the devs and on the administrative side with me, on the sales part with me also, on the more technical aspect with the production with another employee as well. So he made sure to be known by everybody in terms of way of work. So we all have the chance to experience how it was to work with him before having him in the position of CEO afterwards. So his arrival in the company has been made in a very smooth way. Mm-hmm. So he gained, if I can say, the respect he deserved during this whole process. Like, of course, you get to know the new management and things like that, the new position in the company, and then after that, it's just a fact. Like, naturally, his position made sense and wasn't at all brutal or from one day to another. It has been made in a smooth way, which has made things way more easier for the team.
Okay, and how did you, Leslie, perceive that landing stage where he tried to connect with everyone? How did you personally perceive that?
I saw this as something very brilliant. In my perspective, it was very intelligent, because in a digital company where most of us are, most of the team are developers, the communication and the way you communicate toward them is very important. So that's why coming to the company like this and making sure that you got this one-to-one contact beforehand, and then from time to time, was very intelligent from my perspective. It's not just like you are part of the directory figure and that's it. Like you give orders and that's it. Absolutely not. So I felt like it was something very intelligent and very good for the company and for the team.
And how did he, because you just said that most of the people in your company have a very technical background, they're developers. How did Anthony get their respect? How did he connect with them? Because of their background, I can imagine that for them it was not that easy to connect with a non-technical guy.
Okay, so as you may know, developers can be at some point pretty exigent with themselves, but also with others. That means that they wouldn't expect you to know everything on the technical level, but they will quickly know or figure out if there is any interest. If there is no, they will just do their job and make sure that it's done perfectly, and that's it. But Anthony did something again there pretty interesting, and that is definitely linked to leadership, is that he let them know that he was interesting. He showed curiosity toward the technical aspect of the solution, not only the pragmatical things like what are we selling and yes, what's the solution and can I try it and that's it. Absolutely not. He came behind the screen, so he makes sure that he understands how they are working and what is this? Like, he didn't felt any frustration, or he didn't feel shy about not knowing something. He came in a number way throughout them. So with a lot of humility plus curiosity, then you can have everything you want from a developer, because you respect what they are doing and you are all ears to learn more about what they are doing. So this was definitely a game changer.
I find it very powerful what you say, humility, curiosity, being genuinely interested in what your people are doing. I think it applies to technical people, but I think it applies also to everyone actually. If you have the feeling that your manager, your leader is genuinely interested in what you're doing, that he or she is also interested to learn more about what you are doing, the technical side, that will make you respecting this person, I can imagine.
Absolutely. It's definitely a part of the whole representation of what the position of Anthony, and Anthony has a person and has a manager, has a director, is convening to all the team. It's definitely that.
I think the challenges that were present at that time were quite big challenges. So he had to lead the company through a kind of strategic turnaround. How was he able to mobilize everyone for a new goal, a new mission?
The strategy explanation was a very, very important step in Anthony's takeover in the company, because saying to the team, I have a strategy and follow me, means that you have to explain in the best way and make the team believe in how you see things evolve for the company. So it's not 100% just the strategy, it's how you place the strategy, how you explain, how you show, and how you make the whole team believe that, look, this is where we are going and I will bring you there, but not alone. You will help me to get there and we will get there as a team. So yeah, he definitely did make the strategy and his vision of the company and where he wants us to be very, very, very important stage of his communication towards us, because we were in need as team members. This is the moment where you are all here, because this can be the moment where some people are leaving the company. Of course, management changement and blurry strategy or things like that. But as of today, we are all here, and we are also have another person in the team. So this is just to show you how the strategy of the company has been solid enough and clear enough to make us all feel that the way and where he wants us to go is the way to go.
Okay, very clear. And to end with, how would you describe the atmosphere now, as of today in the company? How would you describe the culture, the atmosphere?
I will describe it as something, I will use a word that I've already used, but very interesting. It's intelligent. Like, the way that things are as of today is a pretty linear management. So there is no really hierarchy. It's not you do this, you do that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And what Anthony have succeeded to do there again is make us believe that all the input of all of each other can bring value, can add value to the company. So please speak your mind. Please give advice. Please, we need your input there and there. And this is how we are working as of today. We are all not just team members, but we are participating to the growth of the company. And this is the feeling that the management can install in the company. And believe me, by succeeding, because it's not something easy at all to bring that kind of feeling in the company. But when you succeed, believe me, you will try and you will succeed in bringing the best of all the team members. And as of today, this is how we are behaving. We are giving the best of each other. We are not a big team, but we are definitely behaving like one. And this, again, it's very brilliant.
All right. Well, that's a very kind statement to end with. Thank you very much, Leslie, for the interview, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me. Have a nice day. Thank you.